Machimalama, balume bangi, mulasanga nipekanya, vyote vya munganda. Yeah, Machimalama, kalolelo munjebe, chiruwonu vya nyaine, ulimwe. Machimalama, kama wela mukuna mwaisa mukusho baulaine. Yeah, balume bangi, abanelu baratitanga kumana koroa. Machimalama ime ndekwayo kuishiva mulandu omwisa mukukumanga mawela mukunwa. Machimalama balume bange mulasanga nipekanya vyose vya munganda. Yeah, Machimalama kanolelo munjebe chirubonu vya nyaine. Machimalama kama wela mukunwa mwaisa mukusho baulaine. Yeah, balume bandi abanenu baratitanga kumana koroa alalapye. Wena balume bandi mwalipeshe amane dyonsenga mafuta mukuno omwana waimwe munwena fyeine kama wafika fye munwe muliine amenshi munasanga kusamba wali muna kusanga tapa becho mukabira nangu chino kushikwe na balume bandi echo nabikya kuli muchishi kata mule mfua ya kunja watikabie kuli banoko na ishima ne mune papia ikala kuli. Machimalama ime depoyo kuishiba mulandu omwisa mukukumanga mawela mukunwa. Machimalama balume bandi mulasanga nipekanya vyose vya munganda. Yeah, Machimalama kalolelo munjebe chirubonu vya nyaine ulimwe. Machimalama kama wela mukunwa mwaisa mukusho baulaine. Yeah, balume bandi abanelu baratitanga kumana koroa alalapye. Machimalama Kanolelo munjebe chirubondo byanyaine ulimwe machimalama kama wera mukunwa mwaisa mukosho baulaine ye madule bambi abanelu baratitanga kumana korwa ala la pe machimalama ime ndekwayo kuishiba Malama, balume bambi, mulasanga nipekana, byose byamunganda. Machimalama, kanolelo munjebe, chirubondo byanyaine, ulimwe. Machimalama, kama wela mukunwa mwaisa mukosho baulaine. Balume bambi, abanenu baratitanga kumana korwa. Wena balume bandimu walimpesha maneno ndio nsenga mafamu kuno obwana imwe munwena fyeine kama afika fye munwe muri amenshi munasanga kusamba wali muna kusanga tapa becho mukabira nangichi shikwena balume bandi echo nabifya kuli muchinchi kata mule mfwa kunja batikabye kuli banoko na heshima ne mune fya ikala kuti Machimalama ime Depoyo kuishiba mulandu Mwisa mukukumanga mawela mukunwa Machimalama balume bambi Mulasanga nipekanya byose byamunganda Machimalama kanolelo munjebe chirubondo byanyaine ulimwe Machimalama kama wera mukunwa mwaisa mukosho baulaine balume bandi abanelu baratitanga kumana korwa ala la pie Kanolelo munjere chirubondo byanyaine ulimwe bachumalama kama wera mukunwa mwaisa mukosho baulaine ye badule bandi abanelu baratitanga kumana korwa ala la pe bachumalama ime ndekwayo kuishiba kumanga mawela mukuna machimalama balume bandi mulasanga nipekanya byose bya munganda ye machimalama kanolelo munjere chirubondo byanyaine ulimwe machimalama kama wela mukuna mwaisa mukusho baulaine ye balume bandi abanenu baratitanga kumana korwa ala la pe wena balume bandi mwali pesha amane ndio nsenga mafamu kuno mwana imwe munwena fyeine kama afika fye munwe muri ambe nshimula asanga kusamba wali mula kusanga tapa becho mukabira nangu chino ushimwe na balume bandi echo nabifya kuli mochinchi kata mule mfua ya kunja watikabie kuli wanoko na ishima ne mule kapia ikala kuli Bachimalama ime depoyo kuishiba mulandu o mwisa mukukumanga mawela mukunwa Bachimalama balume bandi mulasanga nipekanya byose bya manganda Bachimalama kanolelo munjere chirubondo byanyaine ulimwe Bachimalama kama wera mukunwa mwaisa mukusho baulaine ye balume bandi abanelu baratitanga kumana korwa ala la pie Kanolelo munjabe chirubondo byanyaine ulimwe bachimalama kama wera mukunwa mwaisa mukosho baulaine ye badume bambi abanelu baratitanga kumana korwa alalape bachimalama ime ndekwayo kuishiba Malama, badume bambi, mulasanga ni pekanda, byose byamunganda. Machimalama, kanolelo munjebe, chirubondo byanyaine, ulimwe. Machimalama, kama wela mukunwa mwaisa mukusho baulaine. Badume bambi, abanenu baratitanga kumana korwa.
Good evening, welcome to Ubuntu channel. It's a Thursday and we are back with an exciting episode tonight, and we are looking at marital disputes. Okay, we are looking at marital disputes. So just to get started, in the recent weeks or so, there have been a number of reports. There have been a number of reports around marital disputes, and I'm going to read a few so that we could get the ball rolling and see what's been happening around the country. So, great. So, before I get to the stories, I'll be joined by Evangelist Shaabula and and a number of other people. And take note that this program is open to everyone right from the start. You are free to come in, share your experience, ask your question, make your comment, and then we can see how we could help one another. Remember, this program is called NSAKA, and it's made for each and everyone just to come in, though it is restricted to people that are above the age of 18, because sometimes the language that we use and certain topics that we have are not suitable for children. So we do restrict 18 years and above due to the nature of discussions that we have. So do share this broadcast with someone. Do share this broadcast with someone, invite someone, tag someone, and just feel free to be part of tonight's broadcast, even as we'll be going through Together's show and going around the issue of marital disputes. Okay, so let me now get to the stories that were in the news. I'll start with one story from Luansha that says Luansha pastor attempts suicide. This was a story carried by from the Zambia Police Service page. I'll just go through quickly. and then we'll jump to the next one. So it says, okay, a 56-year-old pastor of Luansha district on the Copper Belt has attempted to commit suicide by taking doom insecticide at the pulpit. Copper Belt Police Commanding Officer Piso Mwemba tells Mafken FM radio in a statement that the incident occurred on Sunday, 5th November 2023 at around 9 hours at Pentecost Assemblies of God Church, in which George Lungu, aged 39, reported that his church pastor Anthony Mambeo attempted to commit suicide. Brief facts of the matter are that on Saturday 4th November 2023, around 22 hours, Mr. Mambeo informed his wife that he wanted to resign from being the pastor, and after that, he made several phone calls to his fellow pastors and his church members over his resignation, and later left home, giving instructions that the gate be locked and that he never returned home that night. Mr. Mwemba explained that on Sunday the wife tried to call him, but his phone went unanswered, not until around 8 hours when he called her back, informing her that he was at church. The wife then called Mr. Lungu to take the keys to the pastor at the church, but upon his arrival, he found the church already opened, and when he entered, he found the pastor lying unconscious at the pulpit with foam coming from his mouth. The police commissioner says the matter was reported to Leopard Mpundu police station, and police rushed to the scene and found the pastor lying unconscious with foam coming from his mouth, and also found a polythene rope, bottle of mineral water, and a bottle of doom insecticide at the scene. Mr. Mwemba adds that a suicide note was also found at the scene, where the pastor thanked a few people and apologized to the church for making such a decision, stating that his life has been a sacrifice in that his wife had been mistreating him for 25 years. The Copper Belt Police Chief further reveals that officers rushed him to Thompson District Hospital for medical attention, where he is currently admitted and in an unstable condition. This story was taken from Mafken FM. Mafken FM. There is also another story that says man kills his wife before taking his own life in Kanakantapa. So we've had a number of cases around that hinge and have to deal with marital disputes in marriage. So before we get to the next phase, I'm just going to ask the director that we pause for a break, and we shall see you on the other side to engage in the discussion. Thank you.
Globally, 85% of infertility is because of infections, typically the chlamydia and the gonorrhea.
Your time is up. Thank you so much.
Okay. Since I've been mentioned, I can react to what comment Chinda just
Yes.
said.
I haven't finished my point.
Remember,
No, let me finish my point so that my brother can continue.
Does the Patriotic Front know the kind of damage they have done to our economy and to our country? I do not.
The alleged abduction of Pamela Chisupa, and this case has really kept us on our toes. And in as much as
nobody has been acquitted from this new dawn administration cases that have been started. There's nobody that has been acquitted. Okay.
CJ, foreplay. I'm not talking about jump and begin acting like a kangaroo. No, foreplay. Many of us as Africans, we lack this virtue. This is not there.
Yeah, the time twaje ku Malabo was about the first game twale tena wa Senegal. I think very tutasana underrated because even the warm up, you can see the way they are doing warm up. Bale munakati bola na bawina kale no.
It's actually good if you start creating competition in the team. If you don't create competition, then you will have a problem. Who to replace when one is injured?
The names people have been calling me, I accepted them and I will come to them. But what I would prefer being called as a nickname, I would prefer being called Sambalung.
From it, we can't make the Bible fit us and have things that make Esther feel good, and things that Esther doesn't really feel good about, she'll edit out.
We're trying to represent Zambia from a different side of things. We just don't want to be regular, you know what I'm saying? We try to package ourselves to Africa and the world.
Thank you for joining us. Apologies for that delay and the prolonged ad. Well, with me, we have Evangelist joining us in studio. Evangelist, good evening and welcome to Ubuntu channel.
Good evening, CJ, and good evening, Ubuntu family. You are welcome to this program, and I'm ready to bring out that which we need to have this evening. Thank you.
Thank you, Evangelist. Let me also welcome Wom Kelebai. Wom Kelebai, good evening. Welcome to Ubuntu channel.
Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Okay, thank you so much. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, viewers. Luitumezi ke luta kutojoina bo Shaabula lutwe mubaka lweleleza za matata mwamanyalo amutaye mutoteleza mutoikutwela Luitumezi.
Yeah, thank you very much, Wom Kelebai. Viewers, may I apologize? We are unable to bring Evangelist directly in the studio, but we are having him via phone due to a technical challenge here and there. But nevertheless, be geared to enjoy tonight's program, even as we delve into tonight's topic, as we are looking at marital disputes. So just to jump into it, time has already started ticking. Evangelist, how can we describe, or how does one describe marital dispute? What is the definition?
Marital dispute is actually the differences that husband and wife come with into the marriage. The differences which husband and wife come into with in the marriage. These can come from family background. It can come from upbringing. You know, each family has got its own way in which the wife was brought up or the husband was brought up. So these differences can actually cause disputes in the marriage. And these, they sometimes cause people to argue over one thing, which sometimes both of them do agree. They agree with each other to say this is how it is, but it is the explanations which may differ. So actually, disputes are as a result of either beliefs or upbringing of these two individuals who are coming from two different families, but now they are putting their ideas together, which cannot correlate. As a result, these people, they have differences. and many other things that I'm going to bring out as we continue.
Thank you, Evangelist. The next question that I'll have is it normal to have disputes in a marriage? And let me extend it by saying, is it normal to always have disputes? To be having disputes or differences, arguments in a marriage, is it normal?
It is very, very normal, CJ, to have disputes in the marriage. But it is not normal to have disputes all the time in a marriage. When it comes all the time, then it becomes a problem. But just dispute is very normal, because dealing with the two people that are coming from two different backgrounds with the different upbringing, and these are two individuals that do not think alike. Each one has got their own judgment, they've got their own taste, and so as a result, they are likely to have differences in their marriage, in their life. Now, I said it is not normal when you have differences all the time. What is all the time? All the time means each time you speak or you do things in your marriage, you find yourself that you are not working together with the other friend, with your partner. So when you have got such differences from time to time, then that is actually a problem or a source of problems that are to come into the marriage. So in short, it is normal to have differences in the marriage. And two, it is not normal to have differences all the time in the marriage.
Wow. Okay, so now, in your experience when it comes to counseling, what are the common issues that you've come across that usually bring contention in homes? What are the common sources of disputes?
Thank you. Now, let me put it this way, and I want to ask each one of us to listen very, very carefully. CJ, when people have just married, they've come together, there is a likelihood of 90% of this marriage to break up. That is within a period of first day to 5 years.
Okay.
Within this 5 years period, if you are able to go into the 60th year, then it means that you survived a marital tornado or tsunami. Why?
Mm-hmm.
Because when you get into the marriage, you are going to experience the differences that you never saw when she was your girlfriend or your boyfriend. Because you were never together all the time, so most of the weaknesses were hidden from your eyes. What was there was just hi baby, hi my chocolate, my bubble gum, all sorts of things. But the real truth of marriage was hidden away from your eyes. Now, when we stay together, when you live together, then you will start feeling the smell of your friends. When I say the smell, I'm not talking about this stench. I'm talking about you begin experiencing the weaknesses of your friends. Number one, sometimes it can be laziness. Your friend will not wash, will not clean the house, will not wash plates. She doesn't know how to cook properly. She doesn't know how to lay a table. She doesn't know how to dress the table. She doesn't know how to welcome visitors. Sometimes it can be the mood. She's moody. he is moody. Sometimes the gentleman is just talkative, talking too much, complains all the time. Even when a fly sits on the spoon, the gentleman will complain the whole night because of that fly that sat on the spoon. The other issue that creates problems in this marriage is actually finances, the issue of finances. Sometimes you find that this lady that you married was not having a lot of money. Now she has come into the marriage where she's going to handle 5,000 kwacha or 2,000 kwacha. Sometimes that can create problems because she doesn't know how to handle it. She doesn't know how to budget. So finances can be a problem. Sometimes again, it is failing to give money to the lady that you married. That can be a source of problem. Sometimes it is the issue of sex. You've just married and this gentleman that you married is a hungry lion. He wants to have daily bread of sex every day. And this lady is coming from a background where you should have sex with you maybe after 3 months or after 6 months. But now she's going to be made to be sleeping with you every day. Now, that can be a sort of problem. The other problem that you are going to find, it is the in-laws. Sometimes some in-laws, they want to actually get into the marriage and begin to control. Now, that can be also a source of problem. Now, the other issue is sometimes the certain habits. Each one of us has got a habit. Others, they've got a very bad habit of not even flushing the toilet. After using the toilet, you will leave everything there without flushing. That can be a source of problem. Others is just the toothpaste. The way you squeeze the paste can be a source of problem. Others, they squeeze it from the outing, from the mouth there. Others, just in the middle, and it can create a problem. And so many other problems that come. So, CJ, in a marriage, the people that you've just married, the problems are many. They are diverse because of situations. Sometimes situations can determine the problem.
Thank you, Evangelist. Now, the question that I would have now is that is it possible to avoid disputes? And if it is, how can one avoid disputes?
Yes, it is very, very possible to avoid the dispute. But there are certain disputes which you will not avoid. Yeah. Number one, you can avoid them by obeying, by following the dictates of your partner, by succumbing to the rules of the game that you set in the home, so that you can begin working together. Now, there are areas where you cannot avoid. Certain people have got a certain habit which you will not be able to forget or ignore. For example, snoring. You marry a husband that snores, and he can even even the chickens in the chicken run, they can be scared because of the way the person is snoring. So you'll be forced to say, but I think much over. Can I have time to sleep? You know, sometimes you ask to say, no, can I go first of all and sleep so that you can come later and sleep? That can be a source of problem. Snoring actually has broken homes, and so it is possible that such problems cannot be ignored. But there are certain things that you can ignore. Maybe your friend, it's the way he eats. Maybe he opens his mouth so much like a hippopotamus. So that you can ignore. Certain weaknesses of your friend should be ignored. They are not going to do away with those weaknesses completely, because they are human beings and that is their weakness. So you yourself, you should be able to go into that marriage and be able to manage those weaknesses, absorb them. Because if you ask them to do away with those problems, they will not. And then that will be a source of continuous problems in your marriage. So it is important to decide when you get into the marriage, you must know that you have not married an angel. You have not married an angel. You have married a human being who has got weaknesses like you. Sometimes even your weaknesses might even be more than the weaknesses of your colleague or your partner. So it is important to understand each other, tolerate each other, and work with each other. That is what should be done.
Well, thank you. Viewers, this is NSAKA. Tonight we are looking at marital disputes. And right from now, I'm just encouraging and inviting you to be part of this discussion that we have. Please drop a comment in the comment section, or better still, click on the link that has been put in the comment section so that you can join the studio and be part of our panel here. Ask your question, interact with us so that we're able to help one another regarding the topic that we are looking at. Director, please, you can flash the number that people can call us on via WhatsApp, and then we'll see how we can bring them into studio and be able to interact with them right on this platform. So, Evangelist, there are usually there's a common saying, I don't know if it's an adage that people like using at marriage is the Shipikisha Club, and this is they tell this to women most of the time. Now, if you are in a marriage and you constantly have disputes, is it okay to hang on?
Well, let me start by saying, according to the Zambian marriage system, the laws of Zambia indicate that a person who is supposed to marry should be 21 years and above, meaning that the person should be mature enough to handle problems or difficulties or disappointments or situations. Now, sometimes you may not be able to handle certain problems, but we must understand that marriage is not a club. Marriage is an institution. Marriage is an institution.
Yes.
When a club, you apply to be there. You can be taken on or not. And in a club, there is also a fee to pay that you should meet for you to remain there. And also there, you can be given a position, or you are just a member. And then in a club, you can be actually expelled or suspended. In marriage, there's no expelling and there's no suspension. In marriage, there is no membership. You are co-owners of that relationship. That's why we call it, we use the word your partner. Your partner. When we say we are your partner, we are talking about the two people that have invested their time and their talent, their love, their experiences, and also their total life to each other and for each other. So when we get married, we are actually saying we are partners in this arrangement, and we are going to invest our time, and we are going to invest our talent into this. And out of this marriage, we also expect to have problems, to have difficulties, but we are going to work together. We shall work together to find solutions to the difficulties that are going to come. And because of the two of us, whatever problem that we have, we are going to lift the burdens together and then put those burdens on the shoulder of our Lord Jesus Christ. We are going to pray together, we shall work together, and we shall do things together, planning together. I want to tell you, dear listeners, dear friends, there is no better institution on earth compared to marriage. If you find the right person, and if you are the right person. The question is, should you stay on even when there are problems? Yes, stay on. Because certain problems, they don't end in a day. They don't finish in a day. Solutions cannot be found in a day. Solutions may take 10 years for you to find a solution. Sometimes it will be 30 years that it will take you for you to find a solution. Certain problems, you will go with them into the grave because it is the nature of your partner to do what he does or what she does. So if you leave CJ,
Yes,
you give up because this lady atunda pa bed, umukazi atunda pa bed. I'm tired of sleeping mumitundo. You go and marry another person. Uzaka peso amina akunya pa bed. Eva katunda, eva akunya pa bed. So the issue here is that handle the lady that you have found in the way she is. Handle the man you have found in the way he is. And you know, God knows how to bear. You might be the solution to his difficulties. You might be the answer to his pain, to his weaknesses. So if you give up quickly, you must know that the next person that you are going to find, either the next man that you are going to find, may not be better than the person that you left. I will repeat. If you jump out of that marriage to look for somebody who you think is better, you may not be able to find a better husband than the previous one. He might even be worse than Oreo. He might be worse than your husband. He might be a devil. Yes. So the issue here is that let us harness and manage and appreciate our wives that are with us, or our husbands that are with us, or sons of kupika. But aika soti ya mbili maniga pitria. Iwe wena kumuonga zikomu, because at least she has cooked. Wene kupika apika. Chavuta chato utisoti ya piti inapika. So appreciate your wife. And appreciate your husband. At least the cheese was watching go bedroom, but that is unkara na mimba. That is it's much better.
Even if
so, let us appreciate each other. In short, CJ,
yes.
Let's not rush into living. Now, at what time can you leave that marriage? At what time can you leave that marriage? If it is an abusive marriage, a cruel marriage, then I will advise you to be careful, to think twice whether you should be in that relationship or not. Because Azaka Kupaya, now, relationships where there are fights, where there are wars, I leave that to you. Think twice.
Thank you, Evangelist. So I'll still be coming on that issue. But allow me this time to bring in Bom Kelebai. Bom Kelebai, welcome back, and please have your say on tonight's discussion. Bom Kelebai.
All right. Can you hear me now? Thank you. Yes. Thank you so much for adding me to this wonderful program where I heard him talking about muntu wataba mukazi wamena tunda pabedi waenda kuli mukazi wamena nyara pabedi. Wow, that was interesting. What I can say about this matrimonial dispute? Matrimonial dispute are when there are problems that you face in a home, in a domestic home where you live with a husband and a wife, where husband and wife are living together. And if it was these problems were happening in Kunchito, then we call it labor disputes. But now it's in the home, so that's why we call them matrimonial dispute. Now, the reason we are human beings, we do have challenges, misunderstanding, as we come together in a reunion with your significant other. We get to learn each other, to learn how to coexist. And these are people that come from different walks of life and decide to have a family. So that's why, and you are not allowed to marry your relative. You are supposed to marry someone from the other tribe or race, or at least you are not blood related. That is how it goes, and that means you are marrying someone that you don't know, you have never grown up with, you don't know their history, you only hear about their background when you get to know each other. So it's automatic that you may encounter some marital misunderstandings and disputes. And what is always advised is to find solutions to your challenges. And like Shaabula said, that the moment you resolve to, every time you hit a turbulence, you are rushing to find another person, then you will end up having a chain, because problems do not end. Problems are there forever. But it is people that are engaged in a relationship that ought to act maturely, and that ought to act to find a mutual agreement and or understanding, or resolving their disputes. Otherwise, what we see on the ground back, for example, in all countries, you find that many people, when they hit turbulences in a relationship, they resort to either violent, or they resort to divorcing, separation. Actually, me, I would rather prefer those who resort to divorce are actually doing the right thing by saving themselves from the future trouble, or those who resort to go on separation so that they could go and think about what they went through and realize, to say whatever, or reflect on themselves, to have some kind of introspect, and then get back together. That way it helps to build up a relationship, and you get to know each other's weaknesses and strength. So otherwise, it's a very good topic, especially to men that have a tendency of abusing or demeaning or negating women it is important. This topic is very, very important that you need to listen, come to listen to this program. It may help you in one way or the other, because we are looking at the most prevalent issues that create these marital disputes. In Zambia, in particular, ubufi, it is just too much, and we have Miambo that are telling us otherwise, and a lot of things that are causing disputes and marriage breaking. But today, what I have noticed is that in nowadays, there's a lot of people that are using too much lies, gossiping and creating, falsehoods into marriages, and those are issues that bring a lot of confusion, and eventually you break the marriage. And also the aspect of adultery. Adulterous behavior is the most common factor in Zambia, or in Africa in particular, that many married men and women have resorted to fail to resolve their problems in a matrimonial home and opt to go and create more problems by having extramarital affairs. And because Miambo itiuza itivomereza ati iyayi, it's okay, mwamuna angakwatire mpali, angagone na bakazi bambiri, then we follow that narrative, and that is what is killing most of these marriages. Ubufi, hypocrisy, ukubepeshalesa, and ubuhule, both from abanakashina abaume, it's everything is together, it's changanya. That is never going to keep your marriages perfect. You end up be in a queue, divorcing every day and each year, like a goat that is giving birth every year. So you have to be very careful in your marriages and communicate properly and
sorry.
find solutions.
Okay, sorry to cut you short, Rom Kelewai. I would like us to engage with our audience, and there are comments already that I've seen. Director, please give us some of those comments so that we can read them as we go on. Okay, so Lawrence says upbringing matters a lot. It dictates how one reasons. Then Leo P. Silumba says, I equally think there are some disputes that you can't avoid. You just have to know how to handle them. Okay, Lauren says, Evangelist is on fire.
Thank you.
So,
thank you.
Getting back to Evangelist,
yeah.
on the issue of whether to continue fighting for the marriage or to throw in the towel. We have seen situations where, for example, the man, okay, is a serious alcoholic, okay, is a serious alcoholic, and he's a nuisance at home, okay. The woman does everything, but the man is a serious alcoholic and he's a serious nuisance as well. In such a situation, should the woman still fight on? I'll also bring in another one. I touched on it. In the case of, for example, adultery, where the man is a serious adulterer. Some maona skate pakafuni. Ngati nima out, niwama out every now and then. Should a woman remain in such kind of a relationship? Should she fight on? What is your advice in such situations?
Thank you, CJ. You have talked of a drunkard and also an adulterer.
Yes.
Now, I want us to look at the situation. We can have drunkards, but each drunkard has got the characteristics which are different from other drunkards.
Yes.
There are those who drink and they sing, dance, and make a lot of noise in the neighborhood and also in the house, where the wife will not even sleep because he's playing loud music, he's drunk. Now, with such, you can sit down and discuss. Sometimes when it becomes too much, you can even invite outsiders or relatives to come and help you. If it becomes a problem, then you need to ask yourself, can you handle it or you cannot handle it? It is you who make a decision and not another person, because it is you who is exposed to the noise pollution. It is you that does not sleep because of disturbances. It is you who is sometimes insulted by this person. It is you who is embarrassed in society, in the community where you live. So it's you to decide. The other issue, you may have a drunkard who is on the bed, actually the upper bed. Every time you are protecting him at Nibana Batunda, every time Ubana Batunda, entire Bana Batunda. Then Ibana Bagukula, as the children grow up now, you will stop pointing at the children. Because Bakula, Bazaka Susha. No, it's not that. We don't sleep with you in the bedroom. So what are you going to do? So it is again you to assess, can you handle that or you can't handle it? And if you have tried to help that person does not stop drinking, then what do you do? So that CJ, it depends on the individual that is married, how they can manage it. Because we can tell somebody, say, don't leave that person. In the meantime, that person does not sleep. That person does not see money. All the money goes to drinking. That man has no time to be with the wife or the children or the family. That person has no project of development in the marriage. So as a result, the family is going down and down and down, and soon to be buried in poverty and distress. The question is, should she remain in such a marriage? Now, the other one, sometimes we have got this one who, after drinking, he comes to fight the wife, breaks the windows, breaks the plates and the pots, beats the wife, beats the children, insults everyone. Should the wife remain in that marriage? Again, it is up to the lady. How is she managing? So what I'm saying here, we will not give a general rule to say move out of that marriage or stay in that marriage. The situation itself or the smoke in the kitchen, when there's too much smoke in the kitchen or the levels of smoke in the kitchen will cause you to remain in the kitchen or to run out of the kitchen. So this one is up to the person affected. Here is now an adulterous man. Bamubwira kumukazi wake, no, madam, please, forgive me. The wife forgives. After 2 days, bamupeza na mapono with the other ladies. Bamukwera onomene akwera. Ajumpa onomene bajumpa. Then the wife sees that. What is this, Annie? Oh, no, sorry. it was not me. Ni mfana wanga kipala na chatu.
But no,
but chimumbi ni mwevo Young quiet, so when the wife forgives, then actually later then this man now begins actually even going after the sister-in-law and even the mother-in-law. Now, I want to say that again, it goes back to the person that is affected. Are you able to stand that nonsense, or you are not able to stand that nonsense? So the choice is yours. Even an adulterer, the choice is up to the person that is affected directly. Because Muzadwara, my business is Yambiri money. So as you forgive that person in the behaviors that he's doing, you end up, being sick, and then you'll be buried, and the children will be orphaned. They will stop going to school. They will lose all the opportunities of having parents. So it is important for us to take care of ourselves, dear friends. Or because that is why you are married. Go to your wife, go to your husband, explain to them to say, no, mama, so that's an important. For me not to attend outside this home, please allow me ABCD. Maybe that will happen. So in short, it is up to the person affected to decide to get out of the marriage or to remain in the marriage. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Evangelist. Whilst you are on the same one, there are people that are scared to throw in the towel or make the move on account of maybe their social status. Okay. Wayopata bazanu neramu nikachosankani kuti me I'm tired of this marriage. Kapena wayopa wanzao mu community, whether ni kunchito or kuma clubs, and then there are others who stay in these marriages atino nichitira bana bangavutike bana bangasauke. Others say no time yamineta spending umu ni time maningi, I cannot just let this time go to waste. So what is your advice for such? I also want to tie it, like in the recent past, like the report that I read, we've seen a situation where some people become suicidal in these marriages or relationships. We find afuna kuzipaya. Maybe they are not even sharing these situations that they are going to. Like the other story where the husband killed the wife and then also killed himself. So I want you to just add your voice and be able to speak in such situations. What would you say to people who are scared of coming out and around that?
Yeah. Actually, there are four main reasons. There can be many, but the four main reasons why people would want to stay in an uncomfortable marriage, in a turbulent marriage, in a difficult marriage, in an abusive marriage. Number one, positions that you hold. If you hold a high position in society, you are aware that people are looking to you for leadership. They are looking to you as an example. What legacy are you going to leave when you go? How much respect does society give you? What position and authority do you command in that institution, in that company, in that government? How much? I'll give you an example. You are a president, and your wife is careless with your social life. How do you divorce her? You are a pastor in the church. You are a priest in the church. You are an elder in the church. You are an evangelist in the church. You are a deacon in the church. Or you just have a position in the church as a church leader. How do you put away your wife? How do you put away your husband? What will society say? What will the church say? So that can force you to remain in an abusive marriage. Point number one. Point number two, you have worked together to build your wealth in the marriage. You have lived together. You have suffered together. You have planned together. You have invested your time together. And you have got a property which you have earned over a period of time. Are you going to walk out of that marriage, living in my buildings in that marriage, living in my garimoto, my businesses, to go and start a new life? Or maybe get married to a poor husband like Shaabula, who has nothing? Is that your choice? Then when are you going to get to the level where you are in that marriage now? When you marry this poor man. So all these things can cause you to stay in that marriage. In other words, investment in the marriage which you put in can cause you to remain stuck even when you are suffering. The third point is children. Sometimes you find that you have got 7 children, 8 children, 9 children. Are you just going to leave them and go to another man who you have just known, who is not a father to a biological father to those children? Is he going to take care of the children? Will he take them to school? Will he give them the best character? Will he love them and respect them? Or he will start sleeping with them? When you consider that, you would rather stay in that marriage with that foolish man. Then you'll be saying, because you want the children to grow. As you are waiting for the children to grow, you are also growing. The beauty also is wearing out. By the time the last born, I can carry 15, 16, 18 years. Now you are 18 years older than the present age. Now so in the end, you just remain those are some of the reasons. The other reason is just she's too beautiful, or is very handsome. Even if it was just by mistake. You see you. Now I'm talking about jealousy. Sometimes in jealousy, you can't leave her. You will say, no, I think it's enough at Chapenai. Because of jealousy, you love her, you will not want to release her. You don't want her to release you. So you are going to hold on to her. So these are some of the reasons why men hold on to the marriages which are difficult. Why women hold on to marriages which are turbulent. So these can create problems for us in our marriage. And at the same time, PJ, it is up to us as individuals to better our marriages and not another person. You can go to church, the church will not build a marriage for you, and they will not marry for you. It will be you who remain in the marriage. You can pray and fast. Your fasting will be nothing if you don't follow the rules of marriage. So the issue here is that you love your husband, love your wife, respect your husband, respect your wife, honor her parents, honor his parents, love his parents, love her parents, care for him, care for her, and also na ku bedroom kuziwama muyashe uzimuyashe wamupika wamunyunya. Then from there she will respect you because umugaya. So uzimugaya
afunika kokota.
Over.
Thank you, Evangelist. I need you to give some input on just what Evangelist has said.
Yeah, he has said a lot of things. I've even forgotten, but I've only I can only remember the kuchitaba kumuocha abamdala sibezomvera kufana. Anyway, let's yeah, because I'm listening and it's quite it's really interesting, but he has a point. He has so many points in what he has said, and I think it is imperative that couples, when they hit a turbulence, yeah, like I said earlier, that they need to sit down around the table and discuss their matters amicably and find a solution, unless the love, because you cannot force people that do not love each other anymore to be in a relationship. They will end up killing themselves or killing each other. When the love has faded, love has gone, it's dead. And the reason why love is always killed in a relationship is because of the other person either has done something against the, or secretly done something that is not supposed to be done in a in a marriage, or there has been some habit that has made the other person starting to withdraw from the true love that these people felt for the first time. And other things are when the truth start coming out, because there were so many lies during dating. We lie too much. We tell so many stories to women, and women also tell stories to men. And then when you decide to live together, a reality catches up, and you start discovering those skeletons and the stories that we were told that they no longer tarry. And then you start realizing that you were either duped or you were conned. Then you start withdrawing a little by little. And when you start seeing certain habits start mushrooming that you did not sign for, the habits that are practically the things that you even told the very person that you are dating in the first place, that I will never assign myself to, I will never get to this, I will never do this. And then suddenly you see someone doing the same thing after you have lived together for such a long time. So when you discover the lies, and you see that people have changed, the person that you had fallen in love with is no longer the same person anymore, because you've lived together for some time, and then now you have realized, you've discovered who they are with their true colors, and then you feel like you are trapped. Well, I have got news for you guys. Yes, you can try to work things out, but when love is dead, no matter how you may try to ignite it, of course, sometimes you can rekindle you can bring the spark back by beginning from the beginning, or you starting afresh, where you start taking your wife the way you used to do it when you were busy after her, or when she was after you. So you start from the beginning, try to ignite, bring back those nice, good memories, and create good memories as a couple. Do not just sit all the time on your gadgets, talk to your friends, gossip on Facebook or whatever. Find time to yourselves, go out on dates. You are creating memory and you're creating a bond. You're bonding. Bonding should not just be in bed. Sometimes, eh, if you keep on just meeting bedroom and then you do not, then you go separate ways when you are talking about issues that are supposed to build the marriage, then that will cause a lot of problems in your marriage because you are two different people who are going two separate ways. And the other issue is talk about your finances. Ndalama, money is the center of all love, evil, everything that you'd want to say borders on money. If couples do not agree on Ndalama,
Vom Kelebai.
yes.
Sorry for interrupting you, but I've noticed that Uncle Jericho is in and he's been having challenges with his connectivity. Maybe we can give him a chance to have his input before his
Yes,
connectivity
please go
steps
ahead.
again.
No problem.
Oh, there we go again. Okay, technology. Um, time is running out, and I would like us to start summarizing. But in doing that, Evangelist, what is the process of handling these marital disputes? So I'm going to ask you to give the traditional process and then also give the legal or a modern process. How can one handle disputes? Though, yeah, these disputes are in different levels.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you, CJ. Thank you so much. You are also on the fire. You are also on the fire. Yeah. Traditionally, when a young man or young lady wants to get married, he what she will call me, we also have Banasenge. So you also have grandfather, grandmother. In our custom, our tradition as Africans, these are people that we can call upon to help us resolve our problems. Banasenge, Bashibukombe, Banabukombe, the grandparents.
Evangelist.
These can help us in our tradition.
Evangelist.
Yes.
Sorry to interrupt you. Uncle Jericho has been trying to join in. I would like to give him a chance. I hope you will not lose your thought.
No.
Okay.
Let him come on.
Yes.
Let him come on.
Uncle Jericho, you're welcome. It's been long. Welcome to Ubuntu channel. Please make your submissions. Uncle Jericho, are you able to hear us? Okay. We can see you, but we're not hearing you. We can't hear you. Wow. Okay.
Yes. What I was saying is that traditionally we have got people that can help us with our marriage. We've got when I say yes, or Washibukombe and the grandfather, grandmother. All these, when you've got a problem, they stand by to help us. And at the same time, in our community, we've got other elderly people that we live with, that we look up to, who can also come in and help us when we've got a problem. And so, do not develop headaches because we've got so many people that are willing to help us. In most cases, it's for free. Now, the Western world, according to UCJ, legally, Rama law. When you've got a problem, you know, kuchizungu, my problems are Asiana. Now, if you have a big problem which you think you can't handle, you go to your lawyer, and the lawyer will take that matter to court. And the courts don't protect the marriage. Courts, they will tell you, you are wrong here. So what do you want to do? When you say you want to divorce, then they will divorce you. They are not concerned about whatever happened. So, and then they say, can you pay your friend so much? Sometimes there are certain times when somebody wants to get a share out of the wealth that you put together. So they will use the legal system in order for them to get their share. And in most cases, this encourages even marriage that can easily come back together and live again. They can be tempted to decide to break up so that they can share their wealth. So in short, you can either decide to build your marriage or you can destroy it. But my position as a counselor is that build your marriage. Marriages are not for boys. Marriages are not for girls. Marriages are for mature men, mature women who can handle a hot potato and without giving up. When they give up, it means the situation in which they are in is uncontrollable, untouchable, undesirable. Then it is time to go. Let them go before they can lose any part of their bodies or die. There are certain signs when it is necessary for you to separate or divorce. And there are certain times when you should not divorce, but you can work out solutions together and come back together and continue enjoying your marriage, like I'm doing.
Thank you very much, Evangelist. So, like I said, time is not with us. I need you to give your concluding remarks in 2 minutes, and then Evangelist is going to wrap up. Let me just throw in a few comments that I've seen. Director, please throw in. I've seen a few comments. Okay, so given Mamba says love is a risky business.
A very good risky business. It's a very good risky.
Yeah, and then Greenwell Mutukwa says listening. Okay, Gom Kilebai, please your concluding remarks.
Yes, love is a tricky business and it requires serious and committed individuals or partners. That is what it is, or it does not require playboys or playgirls or people that want to handle marriage or chitemwiko as jokes, because love involves umutima. nga waonawo l'omuntu waikata omuntu ku mutima nakutemwa elo wayachita fimbi. I promise you, you can be hurt or they can be hurt too. And that's why you end up finding people doing all kind of atrocities, all in the name of love. They can pay for anything just because they love you. They can do anything. They can walk a mile. They can climb the mountain for you just because. And then you want to turn around and treat the love they give you, the love they've invested their time and money into you, and then you want to take it as though it's a joke, and then you go and start either abusing or beating or cheating on them or lying. I promise you, those are the recipes that karma may use to hit you back big time. And remember, there's always time for maturity. There's always time for the law of gravity to take over. When you are still dating, you are nice, good looking, you have all the strength. Even you young men, you are handsome, you're good, looking good, you can go. A lot of people will be appreciating, they would pass comment, they will put likes on Facebook, on TikTok, but what happens is that if you have somebody that you love in your life, that is the person that you need to focus on and guard your love jealously and take care of one another. Listen to your partners. Men that have the capacity to provide the finances to help out their housewives or their wives at home, do not take wives for granted. Listen to your wives. Sit down, pay attention. If you want to make them looking good, please help them, give them money, let them go. Spoil your wives. They will speak good of you. They will praise you. They will worship you. They will take good care of you, and you will live longer. But you try to treat your wife differently, trashy, beating. She's become a punching bag. She has become now you go and start talking about your wife to your friends. You start talking about that. It's a recipe to your trouble and to maturity, and that will cost you heavily. It will cost you. The moment you decide to walk out of your matrimonial home and engage into another woman's life, leaving your wife at home, just know that you have created your coffin. That is your casket calling. So be careful, be mindful on how you play with each temwiko. Love is very, very, very delicate, and you don't know how much your significant other can climb a mountain for you because of each temwiko. So let us love one another and live in harmony. Stop cheating on your wives, and you women, stop gossiping and cheating as well. I rest my case.
Thank you very much. Evangelist, please wrap up tonight's program by giving us your closing remarks from that wealth of wisdom and counsel.
Thank you, CJ. Thank you, each one of you that listened this evening. This is how I want to conclude. We are looking at the marital disputes. I said that the disputes are inevitable in the marriage. They show democracy in the marriage, that each one of you has the freedom to think differently. And at the same time, you must understand that there will be differences. And these differences can create a problem sometimes for you because you are coming from different backgrounds with a different upbringing. And so because of this, if you are not careful in the way you handle these differences or disputes, it can be a source of quarrels, a source of separation, a source of divorce. And we said that, sometimes these divorce, these problems that we have or disputes that are in the home can be created by ourselves or sometimes outside ourselves. It can be outsiders, our relatives, our neighbors, our churchmates, our workmates. All these people can add up to the problem that we have. But whatever is the situation, it is you who can change the situation. These are the members now. So it is up to you to make your marriage better.
Say it in Tonga.
This you must know that you're not married an angel. He is not an angel. She's not an angel. And so she'll make mistakes. Again, the solution is not running out of the marriage. Running out of the marriage. Because you end up getting somebody who is worse than the person that you have left behind. So let's be careful in the way we do it. And at the same time, let's not live in an abusive relationship. An abusive relationship is a danger to your life. So watch out how you are handling your marriage. At the same time, we must know that we are a light to the world. What you do in your home, you are on public view. People are watching the way you speak, the way you live in your home, the way you treat your husband, the way you treat your wife. People are watching. And that is how your children also will treat their husbands, they will treat their wives, the way you have taught them. So now the question is, leave legacy. What kind of legacy are you going to leave behind? I have chosen to leave a legacy which will be admired by my neighbors, by my children, by my churchmates, by my workmates, by Zambia, by Africa, by the whole world. I must be an example. Because Christ said, you are the salt of the world. As we are the salt of the world, let our saltness be tested, be felt, be known. When we put this salt in this world, the whole marriage, the whole family will be sweet. So you can make your own marriage a sweet marriage. And at the same time, you can make your marriage hell on earth. Choose what moves you forward. Remember again, she's your wife. Whatever you do, like bedroom guziwama. I'm repeating, like bedroom guziwama. Go and grind her. Treat her well. Handle her. Handle him. Treat him well. Like there's no other man on earth. Like there's no other woman on earth. God bless us. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Evangelist. Thank you very much, Bom Kelewai. Thank you, each and everyone who's been part of this broadcast, who managed to drop a comment, even watch this broadcast. Uncle Jericho failed to join in due to network issues, but it was great to see him after a while. Viewers, we are always delighted when you interact with us, you drop a comment, you push that like button or the heart. At least we know that you are engaging with us and following what we are doing. We further encourage you just to share this broadcast, invite someone, make sure that you follow and like Ubuntu channel. On Facebook, it's Ubuntu Channel Zambia or Ubuntu Channel Live. And then on YouTube, it's Ubuntu Channel. On Twitter, currently X, it's Ubuntu Channel. So make sure you follow these platforms so that every time we go live or we have something on, you are able to get a notification and you can follow what we are doing. Just a reminder, every day at 20 hours, we do broadcast, we do come live, and there's something that goes on. Tomorrow, we'll be having the sports team giving us all the information that has to do with sports. So make a date 20 hours. On Saturday, we do have a review of issues or trending stories that have been going on throughout the week. On Sunday, we have Gospel Zone. On Monday, we have lifestyle. On Tuesday, we have a political, let's talk politics. Wednesday, it's meet your leaders. And on a Thursday, like today, we have NSAKA. So make sure that you join us next week for another exciting episode of NSAKA. From me, Emmanuel, Evangelist, Wom Kelewai, and everyone who has participated, we say thank you, good night, and God bless.